Today I will be reviewing the Breyer traditional model Harley D Zip, and I meant to do this model review actually quite a while ago, back in December, but I never got around to it. So I'm going to be doing that now. So this is Harley D Zip. He is a regular run that came out in 2014, and he was the mold first came out. The Latigo mold first came out in 2013 for the Premier Club models. And so, since the mold is pretty recent, and this is actually my first model on this mold, because I did not get Latigo or Platinum Star, which both came out before him. So I'll be going over the mold as well as the actual model itself. So first, on this mold, let me take his little ribbon off and I'll talk about that later. First off with this mold, it is loping on the right lead. And I know it kind of looks like the left, but it's actually the right. It's just his legs are in motion. But you can look at pictures of horses going on the right lead, and that is what he's doing. And I think he's a really cute mold overall. He's something a little different, but not overly different. He's a great performance horse, I think. And I just bumped into one of my models. Yeah, I think he's a great performance horse, and even a halter horse. He's very stocky. He's got nice stocky body. Lots of muscling. Show you the muscling. And I actually don't really have much bad to say about this mold. Maybe it has a little bit too much muscling almost. But he's pretty nice, I think. He's got, like I said, he was really stocky, and he's got a pretty muscular rump, but not being too muscular, making him look like a good stock horse. Show you his face a little bit too. He's got a nice face. Very sweet, I think. Very attentive. And yeah, he's pretty cool, I think. His mane and tail are nice, not too fancy or anything, but they look good. I know the Platinum Star model actually had a different mane and tail, which is kind of cool to know that Breyer's already changing the mane and tail on this mold. So hopefully maybe one day they'll do like a braided version or different variations of the mold, of the mane and tail, I mean, on this mold. Yeah, there's his tail. It's a little weird on the way, just how it flows, but it doesn't look wrong or anything. It's just a little weird, I think, in my opinion, just a little bit, but it's not like incorrect or anything. It looks okay. So I don't have a whole lot more to say about the mold-wise other than that. I think it's overall a good mold. And it's, like I said, good performance mold, good halter mold. And as far as I know, there isn't any, really any major biomechanic or anatomy issues. It's pretty correct overall, as far as I know. So now I'll talk about the model itself. So mostly I'll just be talking about the color and the details and paint job of the model. I think it's a really nice color for this mold, actually. This bay is perfect, I think, for him. And it's a nice kind of metallic bay without being too metallic. It's got a little shine to it without it being flat. I mean, without it being too, super shiny, unrealistic, but it's got just a little bit of a shine to make it look pretty nice and sheeny-like. And it's got some pretty nice shading, too, on nothing overly big or anything, but you can see he's got some nice shading, he's got lighter shading through here. And then on his shoulder as well, he's got some lighter shading. And then his muscles are shaded pretty well everywhere. He's got a little bit darker shading on top and then lighter shading on his belly. And yeah, not a whole lot other than that with the shading wise, but his legs are black. His nose is pretty black too, actually. It's not really gray, it's a nice black. His mane and tail are nice and black, flat black, but they look good. The masking is pretty good on this mold too. I mean, well, there's not a whole lot to mask, but for the mane and tail, There's actually not too much overspray that I've noticed, or at least on my model. And he has one white sock, which the masking on that was also really nice. His hooves are not super detailed or anything, they're just the average Breyer hooves, but they're not bad. They're alright. I actually do like the horseshoes on him. Try and show you the horseshoes. They are painted silver. Get a nice close-up of those. So yeah, and all four of his hooves, they look pretty nice. They're sculpted into the mold. They look good, I think. Oh yeah, this is part of the mold review. His hooves are nicely kind of detailed. It's hard to show you in this light, but whoop, there you can see it's got a nice inside hoof detail. And his eye is just a black, typical kind of black and white Breyer eye, but it's alright. It's not bad for a regular run and everything. He's pretty good. He's pretty good model, I think. So that is him. And then I'll just go over briefly. This is the little neck ribbon that came with him. It says, well, it's got a little horse on the front part there. It says champion, and then Breyer at the very bottom, super teeny tiny there. I like these kind of ribbons personally. I think they're really cute. One of my first Breyer, when I first started getting collecting into Breyer, I got a little set thing that had one of these kind of ribbons, and I love them. I think they're very cute. And I think it's always fun when Breyer's been doing these kind of little extra things coming with some of their models now. I really like that. I think that's really fun. So yeah, that's Harley D. Zip. He's a cute little guy. I would probably recommend getting him. Like I said, not really anything bad to say about him. He looks pretty good in my opinion. Pretty nice little guy, nice little quarter horse, little stock horse. And so that's him. I hope you enjoyed this Breyer review video. If you have any other suggestions for other models you want me to review, comment below.